How's it going, YouTube? This is Manny from Manny Fresh Bets, bringing you my Week 18 of NFL against the spread picks. If this is the first time watching one of my videos, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would subscribe, like, comment, and share. Hope you guys had a wonderful holiday season. Great New Year's. 2023 is here. We had a great season so far. Again, apologies for kind of being MIA the couple of last months. Just been rough with, catching colds, sore throat, fever. Then I caught the flu. And a lot of things going on family wise and things like that, so I couldn't get to you guys, but I do appreciate I seen a lot of new followers on Twitter, and subscribers on the YouTube channel, even though I wasn't posting any videos. So definitely appreciate that, and again, I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday season. Any holiday that that you celebrate, Christmas, all those things. So again, greatly appreciated. Prayers up to Damar Hamlin from the Buffalo Bills. I'm actually recording this on Monday night, right after this happened. So hopefully he pulls through. It looks like he's doing a lot better, but definitely was scary. Like I said on the previous videos, just cherish this life, because we only got one. And seriously, this is kind of a wake up call for us. It shouldn't take this very tragic situation for us to realize that sometimes. But have fun, enjoy your life with your loved ones, your family. Because you never know. You never know. The man is out there. This young man is out there playing the game he loves. Making millions of dollars. But when God says it's time, unfortunately, and something happens like that, it could be drastic. So, and it could be really painful. I just can't imagine what that mom is feeling like. I saw a video of her hugging him before the game, and his dad, I believe, was as well. Can't really fathom what she's feeling right now. So, again, prayers up for him. Without further ado, these are my picks for against the spread. And I got, again, guys, these, and I think I mentioned this on, and again, if I'm looking at this way, it's because I got my notes here, which I'm kind of, going back and forth for you guys. Again, this game, this week, all these games are going to be a little tricky, just because, you have a lot of teams that are playing for something, a lot of teams that are playing for nothing, a lot of teams that are waiting to see if they're going to get in, a lot of teams that know they're in, a lot of teams that know they're not in. So, I like to get ahead of the market, so to speak, and get these picks in before things start changing. Sometimes is a good thing, because, for example, we can get right now Kansas City's -9.5. They're actually playing for they couldn't get the number one seed in the playoffs. But if something happens in another game where they already know they can't get it, they're 9.5 point favorites. If they know they can't get that first seed, they might sit Mahomes after two offensive series, or maybe one, or maybe not even start them at all. So that 9.5 might drop down to maybe Vegas favored. Again, just watch out for those things. Keep your notifications on in whatever sports book you use, any sports apps like ESPN and things like that. This is a crazy week. A lot of things can happen. A lot of things have happened. So just keep that in mind when I'm making these picks. For the first game I already mentioned, Kansas City's -9.5 against Vegas. This line is tricky, just because, again, what I said, and also, believe it or not, Kansas City is the worst team against the spread in the whole NFL. They've only covered 4 games against the spread in the whole season. That is very surprising. I know a lot of the public has been kind of fading Kansas City lately in the last couple of seasons, and rightfully so. I mean, they can't cover spreads. They can't even cover spreads against the lowly, Denver Broncos. Vegas, though, it looks like they're going to be playing everyone. The kid that came in, Stidham, I believe his name is, against San Francisco. He was playing quarterback for Vegas. He has experience with McDaniel, who is the coach for the Raiders. They had experience together since New England. I can't give you a sure bet here, to be honest. But my lean is Vegas plus 9.5. I just don't think that Kansas City is going to be able to cover a spread. Again, they played what, 16 games. They've only covered 4 games. And Vegas looks like they're gonna keep going at it. There's no quit. I'm gonna take Vegas plus 9.5 there. For the next game, this one's again a tricky one, just because Tannehill's going for the season for Tennessee. It looks like Dobbs is gonna get the start, so not even Malik Willis. And they're plus 6.5 against Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm gonna take Tennessee plus 6.5. I just can't fathom and Tennessee has looked bad. I'm not gonna front. They've looked bad, but I just can't see a Mike Bravel coached team lose by a touchdown or more. And especially this is for the division. They're not playing a meaningless game in week 18. They're playing a good Jacksonville Jaguars team, but this is for the division. I don't think they're going to get blown out. So I'm going Tennessee plus 6.5. Then you got the Jets plus 1 point against Miami. This game is very tricky. I really don't know which way to go here, especially since it looks like it's going to be the third string quarterback for Miami. I'm leaning towards Miami, though. The reason why is you got the Jets coach, Mark Saleh. I like him as a coach. He's brought a kind of a better attitude to New York, to those Jets teams. But he's talking like the season's over. They got knocked out of playoff contention. They can't make the playoffs. But if you saw his post game interview, he's talking like it's next season already. He's like, we got to get ready for next season. We got to prepare for next season. This, and that. There's another game going on next week, and it's against a division rival, Miami Dolphins. Dolphins out of the playoffs as well. I believe they can't make it anymore, or they might be playing. I think New England might have kicked them out the playoffs. But I think they're still gonna play hard, and I think they're gonna cover this spread. I think they're gonna win by more than one. So give me Miami -1. Then we got Cleveland plus 2.5 against Pittsburgh. I kind of went back and forth in this game. And as I mentioned on the other videos, the NFL likes certain teams to make it, especially in the playoffs. They like Pittsburgh, San Francisco, Kansas City, Green Bay. They love those teams. Why? Because they get insane amount of views. Those teams have a large following. And again, I'm not saying that the NFL is rigged or anything like that, but at the end of the day, this is a division game. It's tough. If you remember a couple of years ago, Cleveland actually knocked out Pittsburgh out of the playoff picture in a week 18. And I don't see that happening again. I think this is going to be a close game. But I like Pittsburgh to cover the spread of plus 2.5. I think this is a field goal type game. And I think Pittsburgh gets a late field goal to cover a tie game. And then they're going to cover by 2.5. So I think give me Pittsburgh -2.5. Houston plus 2.5 versus Indy. This is the the trash can game, pretty much. That's what I call it, because there's two teams not going anywhere. Houston definitely has motivation to lose this game, because if they win and Chicago loses, which I think they will. Chicago takes over the number one. I think they take over the number one pick in next season. So Houston's probably gonna do what they've been doing the last 8-9 weeks. They're gonna play tough. They're gonna keep it close, and in the end, they're gonna lose. So give me Indy -2.5. I give me the Colts -2.5. Then this game is I think this game is gonna be tricky as well. Again, a lot of tricky games this week. We got Tampa Bay 3-point underdogs against Atlanta. The reason why is because Tampa Bay, they already clinched their division. They can't gain any ground on anyone. Atlanta's playing tough. They're playing hard. They've been out of it for a while, but they still playing hard, and they want to find out what they got with Ritter, with a new quarterback. I'm taking Atlanta -3. I think they're gonna go in there. They're gonna play hard. Tampa Bay's gonna play all their bench. Not saying that their bench is not gonna play hard also, but I just think this is a game where Atlanta just brings out some frustration on Tampa Bay. I think they'll win by more than a field goal. Next game, we got Carolina +3.5 against New Orleans. I went back and forth in this game again. Again, both of these teams just they got knocked out of playoff contention. The Carolina Panthers were playing for the division last week. Obviously, we saw Brady and Mike Evans just go absolutely nuts on them. New Orleans not as explosive, obviously, as Tampa Bay. I believe Carolina already won Carolina won the first game of this series. Give me New Orleans to win. I think they're gonna cover, actually, +3.5. I'm gonna take Carolina. I'm gonna take Carolina, and I'm gonna take the underdog. Again, this could be a field goal type game. Carolina's playing tough. They've been playing tough. Sam Darnold, say all you want, he's been playing well. He hasn't been playing great, but he hasn't been playing terrible either. So give me Carolina cover 3.5 +3.5. I don't think they get blown out. Again, this could be a field goal type game. Week 18, a lot of crazy things have happened. So give me Carolina +3.5. Minnesota -4 against Chicago. Chicago's done. Again, Fields, I feel for the kid. He has great talent, just doesn't have enough talent around him. I said it in the other video. Besides Mooney, who's on IR for a while now, and Komet, he has nobody, no receivers. I like Montgomery. He's a good running back. He runs hard. But in terms of receivers, ain't nobody there that could help him. He's throwing to Cornelius St. Brown, I think his name is. Chase Claypool, who I don't think is that good, and they traded for him. Byron Pringle. I mean, these are guys that, basically, no offense, they're in the NFL, so you got to give them some props. But these are guys that nobody wants. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to have these guys as their number 1, number 2, number 3 receivers. You know what I'm saying? I'll take KJ Osborne from Minnesota before I take any one of those guys. So give me Minnesota -4, and Chicago's done. They're looking for the number 1 draft pick. They're looking for next year already. The Giants +14 against Philly. And if you're a Giants fan, congratulations. I'm also a Giants fan. I'm happy we're in the playoffs. With that being said, I don't think we're gonna pass the wild card round. But hey, it's a great first step. Brian Dabble came in there. He's changed the culture overnight. We were a culture that was getting lost, of losing, just basically just bad. We were bad. Now we're actually decent. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to mention we're no wide receivers. It's Saquon, Daniel Jones, and a bunch of dudes. You know what I'm saying? The defense is good. I like our defense. But the offense is just Saquon, Daniel Jones, and a bunch of dudes. Darius Slayton shows up when he wants. He's been injured, so we can't blame him. Bellinger's been decent, but let's be honest, he's not a top 20 tight end in this league. This line is tricky, just because we don't know if Jalen Hurts is gonna play. Even with that, I'm gonna take Philly -14. I know it's tough to lay 2 touchdowns, but the Giants can't help themselves in this game. Win or lose, they're stuck in that position. My prediction is Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley either go in for 1 series or don't go in that game at all. The defensive players like Thibodeau, Williams, Adoree Jackson, I think he came back. If he didn't come back, he's not coming back for this game because they're not playing any starters. They're throwing in everybody on the bench because they don't want to get anybody injured and they want to get ready for the wild card round. So give me Philly -14. Next game, we got Seattle, 6.5-point favorites against the Rams. This game is tricky, man. Seattle can still make the playoffs, even though it's a long shot. So they're going to be playing for something. The Rams haven't been in playoff contention for, I don't know, since like week 8. I'm probably exaggerating that, but it seems like it. They haven't been, they've been kicked out the playoffs for a while now, but yeah, they still playing hard. They're still playing hard for their coach. Their coach is not going to let them quit. That's the reason why I'm taking the Rams +6.5. I don't think Seattle's defense is that great. I think the Rams could exploit that defense. Even though the Rams don't have much receivers, I think Cam Akers could do enough. And not Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield could do enough to cover that spread. So give me the Rams +6.5. Chargers -3 against Denver. Give me the Chargers -3. Again, another team, Denver. They've been playing hard, even though they're not making the playoffs, but they've been playing hard. I just think the Chargers are on a collision course. I think they can make some noise in the playoffs. If other teams aren't careful, they can make some noise, and if they get healthier, watch out. So give me the Chargers -3. San Francisco -14 against Arizona. Another one. I don't like laying double-digit points anywhere, let alone on a week 18. But Arizona, they're done. They're done. They played tough against Atlanta, but if you can't beat Atlanta, a team that, again, they're playing tough. They're playing hard. They're going for it. They know they're not making the playoffs, but they're still playing hard. Arizona couldn't even beat Atlanta. And you're going to tell me San Francisco, who's playing for, the number 1 seed in the playoffs, playing an Arizona team that's pretty much given up? Give me San Francisco -14. We got Dallas -4.5 against Washington. Another team, I'm taking Dallas -4. I love Coach Rivera. If you've seen my Twitter at Manny Fresh Bets, I posted a great video of Coach Rivera doing a tribute to this one of his players who made the Pro Bowl as a special teamer. Had lost his mom recently before that, and was very emotional. He's a great guy, great coach. He coaches him up, but he made a terrible mistake. You put in Carson Wentz after Heineke got you in the position to even be close to the playoffs. I didn't get that move. I just think, they invested so much money on Carson Wentz that they thought they needed to start him. I don't know. I just don't know why he did that. He made that decision. In terms of the motivation, you could see the Washington Commanders players be much more motivated when Heineke starts. He hypes them up. He's kind of this spark plug. Wentz is more low key, which is nothing wrong with that. But if you can't motivate your players, especially on the offensive side as a quarterback, it looks like the whole body language was different between the game that Carson Wentz started versus the games that Heineke started. So I think they did that that was on them. That was on the coach for starting. I don't know if it came from upstairs, but that was a terrible mistake. With that being said, I'm taking Dallas minus 4.5. Dallas has something to play for. I think they're still playing for the division, and they're still playing for the NFC East. They probably aren't going to get the NFC East. Sorry, they're playing for the NFC East, and they're playing for the first seed. I don't think they're going to get either one. To be honest, I think Philly's going to get I think Philly's going to get both. Even maybe Minnesota. I don't see Philly losing to the Giants with with the third, fourth, fifth string people in there. Dallas is probably going to destroy Washington. So to give me 4.5 with Dallas. Detroit plus 4.5 against Green Bay. Give me Green Bay. Again, the teams that the NFL wants to see in the playoffs: Green Bay, Dallas is another team. Americans team. That's what they call it. KC, Pittsburgh. These are the teams they want to see there. Green Bay just shellacked the hell out of Minnesota. I think they're going to do the same thing to Detroit. Detroit, I like their team. I like their fight. They're always fighting. They're always scrappy. When you punch them, they punch you right back. That's kind of the attitude that their coach has instilled in that culture. I like it. They're going to be good. They're going to be good in coming years. They just need to improve their defense. Their defense is bad. Their offense is they click on all cylinders. The offense could score on anybody. They could score on Denver's defense. They can score, on Philly's defense. That offense is great. That's not the problem. The problem is the defense. So give me Green Bay. They're gonna roll. I think they won like 3 or 4 straight games. They're gonna make the playoffs. And like I've said on my other videos, don't be surprised if Green Bay makes a big push for the Super Bowl. People laughed at me when I told them that Green Bay was making the playoffs. Now they're quiet. When Green Bay makes a push to the Super Bowl, again, not the greatest team, especially not the greatest Green Bay team that we've seen in the past, where you had Devontae Adams and you had this explosive offense, the defense. But the defense has been good this year. They haven't been bad at all. The offense, work in progress with all those young wide receivers, but I think Green Bay might make a good push for the playoffs. So that's my pick in that game. So to recap, I got Las Vegas, the Raiders, plus 9.5 points against KC. I got Tennessee plus 6.5 against Jacksonville. I got Miami -1 against the Jets. Then I have Pittsburgh -2.5 against Cleveland. I got Indy -2.5 against Houston. I got Atlanta -3 against Tampa Bay. Remember, Tampa Bay is resting everyone pretty much. Indy, Carolina, New Orleans game. I got New Orleans -3.5 against Carolina. I got Minnesota -4 against Chicago. I got Philly -14 against the Giants. Again, Giants resting everyone. They can't. This game doesn't mean anything to them. I got the Rams plus 6.5 against Seattle. I got the Chargers -3 against Denver. I got San Francisco -14 against Arizona. And then I got, excuse me, I got Green Bay -4.5 against Detroit. That's going to do it there, guys, for my picks against the spread. I will be posting, I might post a screenshot of all the picks that I made right next to the video or on Twitter so you can see my picks. That's usually how I've done it in the past. I just figured, new year, let's do something different. Show my face instead of showing the screen, screenshotting my FanDuel picks. So again, guys, I really appreciate it. Hope you guys had a wonderful holiday season. Happy New Year. Let's catch some tickets in Week 18. Again, keep your, excuse me, keep your notifications on for anything, any updates in terms of players not playing, guys out, guys resting, things like that, because this week can be crazy. Again, I'll be posting some updates as well on my Twitter. That way you know what I'm picking. These are my kind of my official leans or initial leans, but I'm gonna post some more picks once I see everything what's going on. Again, the Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals game was postponed, unfortunately, but for good reason. So we're gonna see what happens with that game as well. It looks like Buffalo and New England are playing in Week 18. Cincinnati and um, uh, the Ravens are playing in Week 18 for the division. So that's going to be a big game. We're going to see what's going to happen if they're even going to play this Cincinnati and Bills game. We don't know yet, so we're going to find out. But again, thoughts or prayers to that young man that everything turns out okay. Just hate to see things like that. But it probably is going to throw a little wrench on the NFL schedule. They might end up just canceling the game. They cancel the game, but they might not reschedule the game. They might not even play it because it might throw off a lot of things. So, and again, that's secondary. Primary is his health and his well-being. But again, this is a betting channel, so I just wanted to give you that kind of what I'm thinking. So again, guys, I really appreciate it. Thanks for all the subscribers. Thanks for all the follows on Twitter at Manny Fresh Bets. Thanks for all the comments. Can't thank you guys enough. Excuse me again. Hope you guys had a great holiday season. Happy New Year. Let's catch some tickets in Week 18. Keep your notifications on. I might make another video once things settle down and I know a little more. I might make an updated video just so we have the latest news and the latest intel on these teams and what they're doing. Thanks a lot, everyone. Good luck. God bless. And we will talk soon.